In one remote corner of the world, the Stone Age still exists. In Palawan, the last wild frontier of the Philippines, lies a hidden valley. It's home to the Tau't Bato, a tribe living in caves deep in the jungle. My mission is to find them, learn from them, and capture their way of life before it's too late. This is the story of the people of the rock, and my journey begins right now. I'm Simon, and I believe a change in perspective reveals a whole new universe. I'm exploring the world to discover life through different eyes and prove what often feels foreign is in fact extraordinary. Welcome to Changeways, a place for stories that might just change the way you see the world. The invisible danger everyone in the valley is terrified of is called malaria. The world's deadliest disease transmitted by a single mosquito bite. In 2005, 3 filmmakers came to document. All 3 contracted malaria. All 3 died shortly after. Stories like this make me cautious, but also even more curious. It took months of planning, obtaining multiple permits, medical checkups, and 2 days of travel to get from the Philippine capital of Manila all the way to the south of this remote island. It's a place so inaccessible and off limits that nobody really knows what's going on in this valley. Time to find out, as we are starting our journey in the lowlands before heading into completely uncharted territory. The scenery gets wilder and wilder now. We left the road, only dirt roads. I think we're not far. We're feeling a mix of excitement and uncertainty, because we don't know what we'll find. Will strangers like us even be welcome? So before we can go all the way to the Tau't Bato, we need to make sure that we buy food and all supplies for the entire team for the next 5 days. So that's food for 7 people for 5 days. And that's a lot. So we just bought a whole 20 kilogram sack of rice and we have to carry all of that up the mountain for 6 hours tomorrow. This is where we're gonna sleep tonight and for the next 5 nights. And it's a genius blend of hammock and mosquito net. I like that. We don't know anything of what's ahead, other than the next morning is when our journey truly begins. Palawan as an island is the last frontier of the Philippines, but this place here in the south of Palawan is the last frontier of the last frontier, and we're setting out from here for 6 to 8 hours trekking through the jungle to reach the Tau't Bato village. There's nothing but little rice fields and small little huts at the side of the road. It's like Garden Eden, honestly. We arrived at the end of the road, guys. Let's head into the jungle. As we begin our trek deeper into the mountains, one name keeps coming up in the back of my mind: Tumihai. I came across him in a blog post from 2012 by the photographer Jacob Mentz, one of the few in-depth accounts of the Tau't Bato I could find on the entire internet. More than a decade has passed since then. The world has changed radically, but has it also changed for Tumihai? I'm hoping he's still out there in the valley, and that we can find him. Hiked around 1 hour right now, and you can definitely feel the place getting wilder. I'm sweating. It's above 30 degrees, humid, steep climbing. That is really challenging, and yeah, but nonetheless beautiful. The jungle, the sounds, just listen. Let's go. After a few hours of intense hiking, we finally made it to the top of the mountain range. Just descending into Signapan Valley now, we find more and more little villages. The locals are curious. So now we are approaching a river, and that river apparently marks the entry to the community of Tau't Bato here in Signapan Valley. And one thing that's really important to do for us right now is a symbolic act of cleansing the body and the soul, as when we enter, we potentially bring bad spirits with us. And when we clean up our hands and our body from these spirits, we enter with good fortune. And then we finally arrived at the central place of gathering and refuge for the Tau't Bato. Determined to learn more about their lives today and to find the local legend Tumihai, we begin our search by speaking to a man living right at the entrance of the valley.
Lumihay, Diklay, 65 na taon. Senior na po. Ako po ay isang Tau't Bato na lumaki sa Kuiba. Nakatira dito sa Signapan Valley. Kasi po, bilang isang Tau't Bato kami dito, hindi kami naglipat-lipat ng area. Dito, nagisna namin, dito rin kami namamalagi.
Lumihai and his wife Nori live right at the entrance to the valley. That evening they join us for dinner and share stories about their slow and calm life. One lived in harmony with nature. We're feeling more than ever ready to get enchanted by the spell that surrounds this valley. There's something here, a presence, something ancient, as old as life itself. When we finally turn off the lights, we have no idea that the next morning will begin in an unexpected way.
Yo, Simon, come down here right now. You won't believe who's here.
Wait, what? What's going on? Tumihai, the local legend we came all the way here to find, was already waiting for us. How is that possible? It's a pleasure. It turns out Tumihai is Lumihai's younger brother. His son hiked into the mountains overnight to tell him that visitors arrived, and without hesitation, Tumihai trekked through the valley in the darkness to meet us by first light. A total surprise. He invites us to join him for the day. We're going into the jungle, into his world. Is he still hunting and living in caves? We're about to find out.
Sugid ama ko na puno it panaginapyo ang kana ipinangaranda ko it kwanting bilang it para puno na ginagalang ka at tao at gumagalang ka at mga tao kasi. Pati na kasi magayag kay sa dati lugdayatin ipinanaptak at mga paupuan kay sampai ama ko para di kimo ugadan. Kaya nga sugid at ama ko. Kasi ako pag-ugad at Signapan, kawab it mga luwa kaya to ba? Kaya kaw na ato. Ay Signapan, ang taga danom kasi ay nagpuslad at palungan. Kaya nga tawag bilang lugda sampai palungan Signapan.
The Signapan Valley is huge. We also asked how many people are living here still, and he said there are around 100 families, but they're scattered all around. So you don't really see houses or you don't really see open spaces anywhere. We just walked around 1 hour through the jungle with Tumihai, his son and his grandson, to visit one of his houses because Tumihai has to fix a little roof.
Kalman nga banar ato asab kara ay walang problema, wala pa kami nagbabayad ng mga panggasong namin, wala kami nagbabayad ng mga inumin namin, pati mga pagkain, wala, libre kami dito. Ato yung amo natin. Yan.
How's the fixing going? Is it going well, Mr.
Oo.
Yes?
Para di kina mo baklit kantin.
Okay. Very nice. No, it looks great. What's really interesting about Tumihai's house here is that round circle around the foundation. That is actually there to keep rats from entering the house and damaging some of the food crops such as rice and corn that he has planted and that he's storing there. So this place here is actually a storehouse for his and his family. It looks like Tumihai had moved into different small houses nowadays. But when we asked, he said that's not the full story. Is he also still living in a cave? Walking these dense jungle paths, the Tau't Bato have always lived with the deadly threat of malaria. But Tumihai tells us that these days it's becoming better, as the outside government is sending them medication. Kasoy, yes. We brought them from Rizal, and maybe you can use them for your family. Tumihai sits down with us and begins to share a memory from his childhood days, the moment his people first made contact with the outside world. It was 1978. He was just 5 years old when he remembered the sound of helicopters echoing through the valley. And then, the arrival of former President Ferdinand Marcos himself. The strangers brought gifts, including something they called sardines. But the Tau't Bato had never seen a can before. Confused, they took their knife and sliced it open in half. They cleaned the fish, cooked it again, trying to make sense of the strange new food. The visitors found them living in caves, just as their ancestors had for generations. From that moment on, they were called the Tau't Bato, translating to the people of the rock, the last cave people. Tumihai is hunting with a blowgun, just like it's the tradition for the Tau't Bato. Birds and bats nearby the caves are his main prey. Each step is deliberate, careful not to scare the animals away he's trying to hunt, while he mimics their sounds to draw them closer at the same time. That makes him blend seamlessly into the forest around him. But today the hunt offers no catch. Instead, he gathers a few snails from the rocks near the river.
Ipag kan nga ba? Ipag kay siya itag na tagabiyok na. Ino masaya. Kay siya mga walang biyok. Ipamawag mo na ama ko o ipanugpo at panandaman ipanugpo at biyok lang idong taga kay idong. Ini masaya kay bo. Taga kay munang pagkain. Yung isdaan.
Tumihai was also wearing his traditional clothing called bahag to demonstrate us how he used to hunt when he was a young man 20-30 years ago. Apparently when he's going hunting or on other specific days of the year where they celebrate their indigenous heritage and traditions, he's wearing his bahag. So now we're trying to, I'm trying out his blowgun. Okay, so here we blow into this one with all of our lung capacity and then boom. And then I'll just do this.
Satba mo na po kita yung makami ba nakapot po?
Not bad. Tumihai shows us his old bat hunting stick, but the bats are gone nowadays. A major loss, both culturally and as a food source. Food is becoming scarce in the valley. This year, Tumihai's crops died in a drought. a disaster for his family. As the climate grows more unpredictable, the Tau't Bato are forced to rely on outside food sources, which require long hikes and money that they don't have. Slowly and unwillingly, the narrative of their rich culture and personalities is being shifted towards one of a people living in extreme poverty, unable to survive from their land and dependent on the outside world.
Signapan. So, doon ka siyudad. Lalo nang mahirapan kayo sa kaya ay pagkaan, kaya ay masyan at tirak. Kaya itong lang, makaan kayo o makapayagangan. Doon siyudad. Sugod ko ha, ako nakasunod dito puerto. Mailang lang ako dito sa lod goba, ikat. Mailang ako dito sa lod siyudad at puerto sa buwak masurung-surungan. Kaya kilala ko tanan tawas doon din. Kaya makabatsa. Gam na lang mailang patot sa talon. Monunga. Karot mo at pauli.
Bye! Biri diklam! There's a flower here that only blooms in the evening, indicating that dusk is approaching. In the valley, time moves differently. For the Tau't Bato, the word future doesn't reach far. In their language, it only translates to tomorrow. While Signapan Valley is deep asleep, here's a quick note. I've created a director's cut of this documentary with over 10 minutes of extra footage that will help you dive even deeper into the world of the Tau't Bato. So if you're enjoying the story so far and you want to see more of it, you can head to my online shop via the link in the description. It's not just a ton of extra value for you, but it also helps me to keep telling these stories independently, without a sponsor or any source of outside funding. Now, let's get back to our story. The future for the Tau't Bato is now. It's every day. That's a simple and powerful reminder to be present, and that every day is a gift, coming with new opportunities. Lumihai seems unstable today. We did notice that he is walking with a stick and sometimes had moments of weakness, but today he is shaking uncontrolled and can barely stop it. We don't know what's wrong and don't dare to ask just yet, but it looks serious. Yet Lumihai doesn't lose his joy and is even more determined in bringing a smile into his day. Let's hope he's going to get better, because we need to leave him. His brother Tumihai told us to come see him, as he has special plans with us. So we just hiked along one of the jungle paths and we discovered one of the Tau't Bato caves, and there were actually people living inside there, and they said they're just here temporarily. The Tau't Bato are generally shy and timid people and afraid of thunder. So when their shaman predicts bad weather, they seek shelter in the cave. You can see that they are regularly returning for quite some time, as for example the ceiling also is fully covered in smoke from past fires. Since the beginning of time, caves are closely intertwined with our human story, serving as shelter, as places of worship, and as a place for community to thrive. As we continue our walk along the river, we eventually meet Tumihai at the entrance of a giant cave.
So kami sa kuiba, sabi namin, kayo ang nakakakita sa amin at tabi-tabi po kayo.
Is it paintings or? Yes? The caves are also a source of mystery and inspiration. They are the place where humans would share their stories with each other. Tumihai brought us here for exactly that reason.
Ampo lang. Walang pangalan na sinabi, ampo. Ampo na naggawa ng langit at lupa. Baka yung mga tao, alam na namin dati. So, just naiwan pa rin ng mga ninuno namin na mayroon talagang kampo. Yan ang pinang hawakan namin talaga na kung minsan yung mga tinuturo nila na mga salita ng Panginoon, halos hindi ko maintindihan lahat dahil nabaguan ako tungkol relihiyon. Relihiyon talaga ng Tau't Bato ay kahit mamatayin kami dito, hindi na kami mag-alis. Magsula kami.
This is crazy. Tumihai just went up to his family, to his other house, and gathered everyone down for us to take a photo of his and his family. Oh, he came down with everybody. Oh. Oh my god. Wow, hello. How are you? Beautiful. The Tau't Bato don't have the concept of home as we have, because they are rooted in their valley for generations, probably millennia, and don't have the need of explaining that idea. The word that comes closest in their language is family. Family is their home. As we go back to visit Lumihai in the evening, we learn more about his illness. He is doing much worse than we thought. He suffered a stroke last year and a tumor is growing fast inside his body, causing him pain and constantly growing struggle. We are not sure how much time he has left.
Noon na wala pa akong nararamdamang sakit, malakas pa ako. Nagtatanim po ng kamuting kahoy, palay, tanim ng gabi, mga kamuting bagay, ganyan po. Dati nagatarwaho ako. Noon, 2 kami mag-asawa, maglinis, mabilis. Ngayon, siya na lang mag-isa, wala na. May kapansanan. Sorry po. Nasasabi ko pa rin na taga rito ako kasi dito ako pinanganak, dito ako tumanda, dito na ang mga anak ko na lumaki. Kaso lang wala na akong trabaho, nanginginig yung mga kamay ko, nanginginig, pa ako, nanginginig, maglakad, kailangan may tungkod. Minsan makapagsalita pa, minsan hindi na. Kasi yung dila ko lahat ng hinigan niya.
The next morning, we were getting ready to leave the valley and head back into an entirely different world. So Lumihai just allowed us to write in his logbook, and we left a little small message and letter for him. There were only 5 foreign visitors since 2015. There was a couple from China, from Belgium, from France, Spain, and us. As we waved our goodbyes and started the trek back up the mountain, I remembered something Tumihai told me.
Dakong induk sampai minatay kaya nga nakabiri at dagat kaya nga nakapanaw doon. Yun mga karanasan na to. Tuturan lang, nagkuhan, makapot. Kami lang ang mga yagang yan. Nasanay na panaw na dito. Marayo-rayo.
But it was just there. Behind the mountain, you could see the ocean. She never left the valley in her entire life. That struck me. The Tau't Bato have the strong sense of being content with what they have and belonging in their valley. They may not have the concept of home or a concept of the future. That doesn't mean they are simple-minded, but it means they live in the present moment. And that is a powerful gift that when practiced will bring you closer to being human, and smaller things will matter more. As we are heading back, there was one thing extremely important left to do: finding a way to give back to the Tau't Bato for letting us into their world during the last days. We're back in the office of the Protected Landscape Area, and we're printing some photos for Tunihai so that they can hopefully reach him in the next couple of weeks. One family picture we took.
You get another.
And then also one of them and me together. And that he also has the opportunity to benefit from them in a way that's, he'll cherish those memories made together, and he'll also keep them for himself as a memory of his family. And I really hope that these photos will reach him. As we return from Signapan Valley, healthy and full of stories, I realize that there's still so much left to tell. That's why I've created a special director's cut with over 10 extra minutes of story, including an inside look into their craftsmanship, a rare meeting of tribal chieftains, the influence of Christian missionary work, traditional farming methods, spiritual beliefs, and much more. Your support means the world to me. These stories take months to create and are told completely independently, without a sponsor or any source of outside funding. So if you're an ethnographer, a researcher, a cultural enthusiast, or you simply want to support this project, then this might be for you. You can check the link in the description to head to my online shop and license or purchase the director's cut. That not only helps me to keep doing this work, but it also gives you access to the full depth of what we experienced. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next adventure.